I actually got in touch with Gerald.
She said, I've had babies with no medication. Give me them babies in.
They gave my mother-in-law, got an emergency. I mean, it was, what, 10 minutes, maybe $600. Yeah, she learned the box, antibodies.
He had his surgery, you can start rocking on the wall, and then the wall, then you start spinning, and then you got a horrible hot blast. And he said, oh, I gotta go. And he jumped up. He said, let's do it. The nurse came in and watched that. Oh,
Well, I think, that's narcotics. It's a class 5. Sure, I would take I see the benefit.
yeah.
That's aspirin.
Yeah, well, they did that,
Supper time.
now we just have.
You might be able to, or will.
All right.
I went out.
Am I got anybody else add into the meeting?
I want to see you ring the bell on Zoom.
I think they are.
Oh, so it's got this one. We go by the year. So like if you would pay last year, it would have like. And then so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, people on the Zoom meeting, I'd like to thank you for joining. We're showing 22 on Zoom. We've got about that many here.
Yeah.
We're finishing up a little bit of business here at the table, and we'll get going in just a second.
Do you all? What do you think? Well, you never know what's there.
All right. Well, thank you for joining. We got people coming in here. And I apologize last month that we had a problem. We didn't get the meeting recorded, but I am recording this time. I've got a reminder on my computer, and I set up a pop-up on my phone to come up at a little bit before 7. So hopefully we won't do that again. All right. I got a few more here. And been a while, but I need to remind y'all, the camera adds on 10 pounds, so those of y'all that are seeing on the internet, actually weight this morning, I've lost a little bit. Camera's adding on 10 pounds, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's go around the room, do the introductions.
Scott, AM4, DMU. John, KK4LST.
Jose, KJ4 TCJ.
John, Kilo November 4, Lima Charlie.
Tony, people,
Test 1, 2, 3.
One MAX, Max.
Paul, KK4 DMD. N4LIA.
Another Tom, AC5MR.
Ned, KA4BLL.
Bill, JC4SXT.
Pam, W4GMM. Bobby, 85VS.
Barry, W5CJ. Ray, AX5RC.
Pat, W4OQ.
All right.
Jim, Kilo Delta 4, Foxtrot Uniform.
Mary Jean, KY4FD.
And Steve, Kilo 4, Victor Papa Tango. All right, let's see if I got anybody else to get in here. All right. Got a few things going on this month, so I actually got myself a little list here. So I've got a few things, and maybe as they come up, other people can add to things, but make sure we get all these on. Pam, if you got anything that you would like to do?
Sure, I make a motion that we accept the minutes, treasurer report.
All right, and all in favor? Any opposed, any questions? Okay, all right, got that knocked out. Okay, now, first thing on my list is the mask. Okay, y'all got to understand that when we had the board meeting it was last week,
Outside.
changing, and we didn't know which way to really go, so we.
$1,500.
Right, wait a minute, let me up to this new.
But it's a fine radio, though.
All right, okay, now. Okay, guess I'm not. Okay, all right, good. All right, the mask. I know that that's not only here, but everywhere else, that's always the thing. We said the mask, you know, because things were changing, schools were starting to require it and everything else. Let me just come out and ask, is there anybody that's here tonight that's real uncomfortable if we don't do the mask? Got enough spacing, got enough, we just wanted to say it on the front end so people would know that we could do it if we needed to. Speak now, if you ever hold your peace tonight, is there anybody that's uncomfortable if we say that it's okay to take your mask off? All right, here we go. All right, if you want to take it off, take it off. If you want to leave it on, leave it on. We all understand. Okay. Going forward, what I'm going to say is that unless, like last year, we're required to do it for whatever reason, we're going to say that since we got the option of doing Zoom meetings, that if we're continuing to do the in-person meetings, can't, you know, it's optional unless, you know, the rules change. Does anybody here have a question or comments?
Sound like a good idea.
Okay, all right. I think most people are vaccinated. If you want to wear a mask, you can. If you don't, if you're not comfortable coming here, we're going to still provide the option of Zoom. Okay. All right, that elephant's out of the room. And I appreciate y'all on that. You know, we got plenty of space here and everything else. All right, next item on my list is, speaking of items, we have some items, if you haven't noticed it yet, we've got some items for sale back there on the back table. We had a list of them in the Sparks, if you saw that. I've got a list up here, you know, with pricings and stuff on it. I think most of the stuff's got a price tag on it. Yes, sir.
There was a question, one of the items, the bird watt meter.
Okay.
To start with, it's over here, it says has no box or something of it. And then over at the right-hand column, it said everything that was included. Did I read that right?
Let's see if I can get Joe on
No
here.
slugs, or one side said no slugs or anything.
It's actually back there. You can go back there and see it. It's back there. Yeah. So see it. If you still got a question, Joe.
Yeah,
Joe. Yeah. He's got.
I'm on, what, the price on the left is what, 350?
What's the price?
Sale price 350, and it includes the slugs and the body.
Oh, okay. The difference in the pricing is what it includes. The difference in the descriptions.
Okay.
Okay.
But it
A
looked
brand new single unit is what, 250? Just the body of the bird meter, but this has the case and the slugs and the meter.
Okay.
I wasn't interested, but I was just trying to get a clarification.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I got a few more people to add in here. Okay. So if you are interested in it, you know, we'll have them out there. This time what we'll probably do, you know, we normally would take a break, but I think in the interest of the people wanting to get on out of here, we'll just kind of roll through like we've done before, and because we're doing this on Zoom, but I'll stay for, you know, as long as anybody needs to afterwards. If there's something that you want to see there, you don't have the money for it tonight, but you want us, because what's left over, we're going to take down to Huntsville. So if it's something that you do want, but you're not able to get it tonight, let me know and we'll hold it for you. And you can either get it from me later this week, or, you know, we'll work something out. But if you want it, it's not, we got the option of taking it down to Huntsville. We're going to try it down there. So it's not one of those things that we're going to see that again in a couple of months, unless it doesn't sell then at Huntsville. Okay. Items that have already been sold include the shirts. Mary Jean, did you want to talk about the?
I can.
You know, as far as, I guess, but some people might have questions as far as if they got a shirt and they're not here, how do you want to handle that? Or... That's it. You sit right there. We've got the camera set up. You stand right there. That camera.
Okay, hey, everybody. This is Mary Jean, KY4FB. So several of you who are here have already picked up your polo shirts. There's a few left. But what I'm going to do is anybody, if Huntsville still occurs, I'll be going to Huntsville and have any polos that are left over with me there. So if you're going to go to Huntsville, you can pick it up that morning at the bus. And then something else, since COVID cases are on the rise and since hospitals are getting full, and a lot of folks were iffy about coming tonight, or you may have just had other time commitments, whatever it is, I understand life happens. So what I will do is I'm going to look and see how many I have tonight, and then try to find out who's going to go to Huntsville or not, and then I'll either start working with folks one-on-one to meet up to switch over polos. I don't mind holding on to it until the next meeting that you can attend. I'll be happy to work with you on whatever you need to do to get that shirt picked up. So if you've got any preference, you can email me. I'll post it on the Zoom chat in a minute, but it's ky4fb.tn@gmail.com. So shoot me an email and we'll get you your polo.
All right. And I tell you what, I got mine, and those are nice shirts. I think I think she did a great job on that. I think round of applause for getting it done so quick. Anybody's trying to get anything these days. The fact she had it turned around, so got it ordered and back in our hands so quick. I'm impressed. I'm amazed. Okay, that was next. All right, Huntsville. Joe, did you want to, anything particular you wanted to add, and if anything else, I'll add to it, or you're the main one on that one?
Well, as far as we know, Huntsville is still on. If anybody's interested, send me an email or give me a call to sign up, make checks payable to Delta Amateur Radio Club. As of now, it's $80 for the trip. But I talked with a gentleman this morning that I coordinate the bus with, and it's still on as of this.
Okay. And I guess we still got a few openings, so if anybody is.
Yes, we do have a few openings.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, we got a check from Max. He said you were expecting him, and he's here tonight. He did give us a check, so we got him taken care of. All right, so Huntsville, like everything right now, is still on. But stay tuned. That could change. But
CBA.
yeah. So hopefully it will happen. I know that things are already in motion down there, and but like everything else, it could change on short notice. Let me see if I can do this. I had share my screen. I had this up here now. I had a few things. Huntsville does have, they've got a website, and I got in there. I've got it up on the screen. All right, I think y'all are seeing this. This is where the bus. It's going to be at Germantown Baptist Church, and I know that's a big facility, so you may be wondering where the bus is. Joe, I'm assuming we're going to still be at the same place, back in this back corner. Yeah. So if you're, here's Poplar, 72, Johnson Road. You can get in off Johnson Road or not? I usually come in off Poplar. You can, all right, come in off Johnson Road. So that makes
It's over to the east a little bit.
Not, okay.
It's over towards the east, northeast side of the church.
Okay. All right. He says it's northeast, but I thought I had it shown right. But it's usually back. It's in the back corner. You'll see it'll be a big old charter bus, and you'll see us there. So if you're wondering where it is,
it's right where your pointer was. Move it over, and I'll say where it is.
here
It's to the east of the row of bushes that run from the church to the back lot.
that's east.
Yeah, right.
Go east more.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but
right
not
here.
now west a little bit. There,
Right
right
in
in there.
I got you. Okay. All right. My
I'll
mistake.
send a map out to everybody.
All right, you usually do. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was turned around. Usually when we get in there, it's early in the morning, and I guess I was thinking it's more over here. Okay, it's more over to here. Okay, I'll send it. When Joe sent something, and I'll put something out. So too, most people I think have already been. I'm sorry if I'm confusing people. Let me see here. I had another slide. They have put up. Here we go. They've changed around a little bit, the layout. It used to be the entrance was down here, now we've got another entrance there on the bottom, right side. But we'll actually, if you're coming in with us in the bus, you'll actually be coming in there where it says move in door. That's usually where we are able to come in because we're parking in the back there. We'll be coming in there. And we do have 2 tables that are going to be at the Hamfest, where we're going to be selling some equipment that we have. I thought people might want to have a general line. That is where our tables are going to be. We've got 2 tables, one at the end there and one at the corner. So if you're looking for us during the Hamfest, that's where we're going to be. We could use a little help selling some of the stuff. So if after you walk around and I'll take a couple of chairs and stuff. So if you want to sit down inside the thing here and help us out with that, it'd be appreciated. That's where we'll be. Let's see here. Just kind of zooming in a little bit on this. You can get all this off their website. I just wanted people to kind of see what they did have available. That's where our tables are going to be again. And it's a list of the vendors that are going to be there. You know, if you want to see that before you go, it's probably better to look on the Huntsville Hamfest website. And, you know, if you're interested in ICOM radio or Yazoo or something, you can see where they're going to be. And my video. All right, let's see. Am I back on? Yes. Okay. It's gonna be interesting about recording it though, huh? All right, here we go. Is that working now? I think when I lose a connection, I lose it, mutes me when I get back in. Okay, all right. I would just say if anybody has any questions, or if they've never been to Huntsville before and they've got any questions, there's a bunch of us that have been before, we'll be happy to help. All right. Barry 1A. Yeah, all right. Barry, I know the other thing, and it's saying my internet connection is unstable. Folks, this is just not working out real good. All right, if you wanted to update the ones that are here, let me see what I can do about the Barry does have an update about the repeater and
Sort of.
an update. Any update better than nothing right
Okay.
now?
Here's where we stand on it. The board's agreed to, we're gonna wind up doing 2 climbs on this, in this tower. Nope, the first one.
All right, I think in, it still says recording. Go.
And people out there hear me.
All right,
Raise your hand. That's all one.
okay.
All right, anyway, contacted the tower company and, I actually emailed them last Thursday and did not, and this is the same company that, put the antenna up last, a little over a year ago. And, it's, Wallace Towers, and they, I did not hear anything back until this morning. I called the owner, and just so happened the guy I was sending the email to just died. I had really bad luck. He knows what the situation is. I explained it very detailed and told him we wanted to do this in 2 clients, one exploratory and the second one to repair. And he came back to me and said, yes, they will do it. Maybe between 2 and 4 weeks. 2 and 4 weeks for they do it, but the way it worked last time, because we're small potatoes, you know, this is a 1-day, 2-man job. So, and they're a good bit larger than that. They put up a lot of big stuff. But they wind up with a little opening, and all of a sudden say, hey, you know, it's one of those quick things. I said, well, look, there's a bunch of retired guys. Yeah, anytime you just call us and we can do it. But anyway, that's going to be the route we're going to do. Rick and I've developed, and we'll develop a little more, you know, testing we want to do, determine whether it's the feed line or determine whether it's the antenna. And after that, if it is the feed line, we happen to have a second feed line that comes out of the room. It's 1 inch 5/8 helix, which is what we're already running on. This is another complete feed line. We had them, tell us where it went last time. It actually goes up 100 to 200 feet past where our existing antenna is. So I will keep you updated on that one, but we're going to have them. So that's going to be the plan for now, and I'll keep you posted when we're going to do it. Any questions? Well, that was good.
All right, okay. So, like I said, I know we're already cutting out a little bit there, but bottom line is we are working on it. We've actually contacted the people that climbed up the tower to put the new antenna up. They've got us on the list. Probably what's going to happen is like the last time, I think they were passed by this way in between some bigger jobs and said, hey, we can work you in. So we are making some progress. I think everybody understands that, all of this is, we've got to keep in mind, we are on a 500-foot tower and been on it for years, never had to pay a penny. All right, here we go again. All right, what I was saying was, we've got to keep in mind, yes, it does cost a little bit for the additional cost of the climbers, but it's, we got to keep in mind for years, we've been on a 500-foot tower, never had to pay any kind of rent. So we're not wanting to draw attention to ourselves by stirring up too much and saying, hey, they've got to do this, they got to do this, they got to do this. They're going to say, well, wait a minute, who are these people who've got an antenna on our tower? So now, what we're using right now seems to be working pretty well. That was another thing that I had on my list here. Are most people doing pretty well with the backup repeater? Is everybody getting into it okay? Is there anybody, if you're getting into it, we know you're getting in, but we don't know if anybody's not getting it. is there anybody that, from their location, this backup's not working for them?
If it's not, that's.
Dave?
Yeah,
It does have EchoLink on it, that you can get into it. I got into it from another state the other day, so.
somebody say something? And what Barry was saying.
Dave
was-
Dan Weiner.
Yeah. Sorry, somebody say something. All right. Getting somebody and then they're cutting out. All right, if you're having trouble getting in through a radio, the nice thing about the backup is you can get in using EchoLink. That's, that's actually an app you can use on your phone if you need to, so. Okay, so we're gonna. All right, Richard's putting up 4437. Are you saying that you prefer to switch to that or what? Can I unmute you? There you go, I unmuted you. I thought you could unmute yourself.
Why can't we not use that one?
4432, right?
No,
All right, the question is, why aren't we using the 443? We can. I mean, that's one reason why I'm bringing this up. Does everybody have have equipment that could use a 443? I mean, it's got good coverage. We were just trying to cut down on confusion, and we were trying to accommodate. We know that if you were on the primary, you've got the radio for that. You should have the radio for the backup.
hey, Steve.
Yeah.
You need to clarify, when you say 443, we have two repeaters on 443.
Yeah,
One of
443.7.
them's University of Memphis, the other one is here.
Yeah.
That one's 0.2. This one here is 0.7.
Oh, 0.7, yeah.
443.7.
0.7, all right, so 443.7. We've been doing some testing with that one. That one does have good coverage. That's on the same tower as the other one.
Its antenna is just about 10 feet from it.
Okay, it's actually, it's on the same tower and it's the same height, so it's got good coverage. But our concern was, does everybody have, equipment that they could get into the 443.7? Okay. I would say, unless somebody's got something different, I'd say let's stay with what we're on now. It seems to be working okay. Now, we might consider, like for an event, where we need some more coverage or something, we might consider using, I would say that would be our go-to until we get the other one worked out. Our go-to for an event would probably be
Yeah, go ahead.
4437.
I will try to download it.
Okay. All right. Speaking of event, that's the next thing on my list. I actually have been in touch with Daryl Sheffield. As most people know, he is the one that coordinates the MS Bike Ride, which is the next event that we've normally got coming up. He says, as of now, they are going to do it. Once again, that could change. But he does say that they're still planning on it. He says it's some interesting meetings, and I bet it is. I haven't talked to him, but I got a short email from him, and he did say that they are planning on it. He wasn't real clear. He said that they do plan on having us maybe help with the rest stations, but he's not sure about the SAC. That threw me off a little bit. I would have thought, number one, they probably needed the SAG more.
Yeah.
And number two, if you've got, a lot of times we'll have two in the car. We have one driving and one on the radio. And maybe that's what they're getting at, is they're not sure that, having one in the car, if that's what they're wanting to do for safety reasons or something. But, Daryl's done this long enough, and I'm sure, whatever input that he gives planning people for the bike ride, he knows we can do, and that's what we'll help him with. So right now, that's still planned for September the 11th and the 12th. Now, part of it might be they don't want it is still a 2-day event. So I guess they're still planning on staying down at, casino down at Tunica. I don't know. I just stand by for more updates on that. If you are interested in it, you can contact Daryl. I'll put it in the chat here, but his email address is arskk4d@gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat down here in a second. And I know a lot of people look at our Facebook page. I'll put the contact information and everything there. But that's where we stand on that one right now. All right. That's everything I had on my list. Oh, we had one person test. Jeff said there was one that tested. He got his tech. He didn't give me the person's name, but we did have one that tested and got the tech.
Ross Butler.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any announcements?
Good to be back in person.
Good to be back in person. Some of y'all would be better if you had a mask on. That's all right. All right. Any other questions, comments? Because it has been a while since some of us been together. Questions, comments, concerns? All right. Anybody on Zoom? You gotta understand, it's a little hard for me to see everybody. I'm scrolling through here. Y'all are doing a good job of on your names, put your call signs. I think almost everybody has. If you haven't, that helps us keep up with attendance. I think everybody's doing a pretty good job on that. We're getting this thing down fast. A couple more years and we'll know what to do. Yeah. All right. Okay. Ian, you ready for, all right, we're going to go ahead and, like I said, because we're recording this, everything else, we're just going to go ahead and go straight on into the program. Ian's got a few things for us, and I should have it. Let me check and see if all this, cutting it in and out, it didn't take it off. All right, I should be able, you can share your screen now. There you go. No, we're not seeing it online here, I don't think. There it goes. This is good. You need to. I just thought about that.
I'm going to use my amateur radio and try and talk to Tom, who's going to Florida. This is just another way to kind of show how amateur radio operates.
Can y'all hear it?
Over the airwaves. Yeah, this is very interesting. I've used it in the past, and the beauty of it, some people will say, well, you can just use yourself. But the beauty of it is you meet new people, and they share a common interest in trade. And so by using EchoLink and going on EchoLink, you either are keeping a radio like Huntsville, you can meet new people throughout the world. I describe that. other repeaters. So it's the whole service that's out there. And we're going to try. I'm a person on a computer. The internet national, of course, is digital, but the point being is that you're using this phone connect analog, sort of analog, as opposed to a mode like DMR start, which is in a digital mode. So, okay, Tom, you want to share your screen? We'll take a look at
that you've got loaded in there. Now, while you're getting that ready to go, I'll mention that there's an app for the computer that you can load. That's what Tom's going to show, but you can also get it for your cell phone. Okay, so I see your screen, Tom. What are we looking at?
What I did is Rob gave me the call sign of the repeater he's going to. And so I did a search up here, and this is how you can find repeaters. You can find people if you know their call sign. Just go up here and do a find. So I did a find of that repeater, which is right down here at the bottom of the screen in Lebanon, Connecticut. And I double clicked on that. And so now I am connected. So I can hear anybody that gets on that repeater. And so if Rob gets on the repeater with his radio, I should be able to hear him.
Okay, so I can turn the volume up on the radio here, and I'll throw my call sign out. This is N1 NUG listening.
Okay, I don't know if you caught it, but down here, there's a audio bar that when he was talking, it was showing his level right here. Go ahead, Rob, do it again, and I'll keep my cursor down here.
Okay. This is N1 NUG testing.
So I could visually see his transmission, and I could hear it. Also over here, which is a little bit covered up by our videos, you can actually text instead of using audio. So you can type in text, which will appear up here behind these two screens showing our video. So I'm going to try to contact Rob now. Okay, now I'm transmitting. KE4 GSK transmitting. And you could, let me stop it. You could see the symbol TX for transmit, and then you could see the level of my transmission while I was transmitting.
Yeah, and I heard you come through the repeater. I turned the volume down a little bit so it didn't mess up the video here, but I was able to hear you. So we could, kind of communicate and carry on a conversation if we wanted to with this mode. The audio quality with EchoLink isn't, as superior as radio to radio, but it's certainly usable.
And like I said, the beauty of it is you can meet new people that share your amateur radio interests.
Yeah, it's a great way. We actually use this here in New England, in Connecticut in particular. We have skywarn nets that take place, especially when there's a storm, and in particular like a snowstorm that comes in. And the National Weather Service office is, 100 or so miles away. So it's a little bit out of the range of the repeat. Representative will connect in through EchoLink and listen to the Skywarn net in real time and take down all the information that they want from the Skywarn net. So like snow totals, wind speed, damage reports, things like that. So it's actually a useful technology that we use here quite a bit.
And there's lots of options that we won't go over today, but there's lots of options. You can, like I could look up Rob's call sign, and then I could save it in under alarms. And then if I've got EchoLink running in background, say, it will give me alarm when that person is on the air. So
Interesting.
So like, for instance, I've got this alarm for the network, and you can actually have a network. This one in Alaska can have 25 people connected at the same time. And this is the one that I used to listen to, and listen to those people talking about weather and things up there, and about the snow knocking their antennas down and stuff like that. The next one down here is our local repeater here in Clearwater, Florida. And so I can have those alarms to go off when somebody is using those particular stations. Also, you can have a list of favorites. You can also click up here, and this will blow your mind, click up on here on locations. And here's all the locations that are connected to EchoLink. Like in Africa, there's 21. North America is almost 3,000, 2,400. That's right at this given moment. Now that number will go up and down as people or repeaters go off the EchoLink. And then here's area. So you can pick an area, and this is laid out by the current country itself, the United States country itself. So I think I'm in area 4. Yeah, so here's like, these are all the connections and people. And talk to him and say, how are you? I'm Tom Stiles. What kind of equipment you got? What kind of antennas? And basically a way of meeting people.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. I've played with it a little in the past. I haven't explored it to this level, and I've really only used it on my cell phone. I didn't realize there were so many options that you could use with the desktop app. So that's something I'm going to have to look at. Especially I like that alarm function, so you can program in, certain call signs or repeaters. So, for instance, if I wanted to talk to you, I could program your call sign in, and I'd get an alert when you were on the air, or vice versa. So I like that feature. Okay, so there you have it. There's kind of EchoLink in a nutshell. Thanks to Tom, we were able to kind of do a little test. Tom was able to give us a nice explanation of kind of how it works and how he uses it for his needs. And you kind of saw how I was able to use it here with an
All right, let's try again. Can you online meeting right now?
You can hear it, but it's very.
All right, I'll try and lean in a little bit closer. Is this better for the online meeting? Hopefully so. Mary Jean, is this better for the online meeting? That's hard to do. All right, so most visual anyway.
Ian, drop off screen share.
Yeah, I was gonna share and take everybody through a demo of the EchoLink software and the first time setup with it. Let me see if I reshare, if that helps at all here. All right, how's my Zoom audio now? I can hear somebody echoing me over there.
You're echoing some.
We may have somebody that's needs to mute here. No, I don't know. We might not have much of a choice for a little bit of an echo so that we can hear me on both sides. Most of it's visual though. So if you just search for EchoLink online, you'll find the download section for it. The Windows program, you can get it on your phone for Android and for Apple. It's pretty straightforward, but the Windows application has more, a little more features to it. But the first time after you get it installed, you'll launch it. It'll come up and say, welcome. You'll tell you're a computer user. You'll have to put in your call sign because you do have to register for EchoLink. They have to just acknowledge your call sign. And you do end up creating a username and a password. Well, it would help if I could read the description on there that says you have to have more than 3 letters and an email address. That's what you need to get started. You can also register through their website. They have directions for that. If anybody has trouble with it, I'm sure that we have plenty of folks that would be glad to help you. I'll do my best to help you with that if you do have trouble. Okay.
Get it on AT&T, does it charge for it?
So it will use your internet data if you use it on your cell phone, unless you're on Wi-Fi. Okay. So that is a good question. If you use it on your cell phone and you're not connected to a wireless network on your cell phone, yes. And you use it on your cell phone, you're not connected to Wi-Fi, it will use your cell data. So do be aware of that. I don't think it uses very much, but I don't know what everybody's cell phone plans are. So you'll select your region in the setup. It'll ask to do a firewall test. You don't have to do this. If you have problems, you may want to find where you can come back and do this test, but I don't think most people are going to have issues. But the setup is pretty, well, if you put your password in correctly, then it'll work fine. I'm going to switch back to one I already have set up that works for me. And this is a little more specific to, it's not difficult to find in here after you know what you're looking for. So you can really just go up to find, and you can type in W4BS. Hopefully everybody knows and can remember that by now if you're local here. Hold it right up. You double click to connect. And as long as you have speakers and a microphone on the computer you're using, if it'll connect for me here. We've been having internet trouble, or I have. Yeah, AT&T. This building does not like it. All right. So yeah, it tells me it wouldn't let me connect, that it timed me out. So we may not have any luck actually connecting here. I'll give it one more try. hopefully this is more visible than the video was. Yeah. But you can expand the locations, you can explore. That video was a little bit old. As you can see, North America has almost 3,100 nodes on EchoLink now. If you know an individual, yeah, it's not gonna let me connect here, to really demo it for you. So we'll be stuck with looking around the software, unfortunately. But if you do know somebody's call sign that is registered with EchoLink online, you can search for them as well. Here. And it'll pull me up and provides the description that I provided whenever I registered the software and connected. It's very straightforward. I mean, there's a transmit button and there's an end button. So once you can find the repeater, it's pretty easily in and out there. You can, like they mentioned in the video, they have alarms and things, so it'll notify you if somebody comes online or connects that you're looking to make a contact with. You can add favorites. You can see I've gotten ours here as well as a couple of others to places I've traveled to recently. But that way it's easy to find. You can go directly to your favorites, just like a bookmark. I'm gonna try one more time and maybe it'll let me connect in here. Yeah, this is not gonna play nice for us tonight, apparently. That's a problem from, I'm having to use my cell phone hotspot. That's not a problem with the repeater at all. I've connected very recently to it over EchoLink in the last day, at least, if not today. The Android and Apple applications for it are even more strict. Show you that at this point, but the registration process, if you go to EchoLink website, is the same. And you still have to have your call sign, password, a location and email address for that. And you can still search the same way. Searching for W4BS, this is the only result that it brings up for you. And it looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, we can have 20 connections through EchoLink.
I don't want to do it with the limit.
Okay.
It's never been close.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll test it out at this point after we get everybody in. Did anybody have questions about EchoLink software, how to connect? So that's the Germantown, it's the 625. It's the secondary that we've been using for the net since the 82 is having so many issues right now. So that's why we've kind of focused on that one here specifically. There are a couple of other nodes around town.
Able to hit that like town, downtown. One of our, he's not here tonight, Scott. Oscar whiskey pickup. He comes on the net every night. And he did right there, falling on everything. Oh, okay, that's the fourth part.
Yeah, I got one part of it. Just use the internet connection. So far as the repeater coverage, as far as I know, it's worked pretty well. I know we have a smaller number than we normally do on the 82, because it's on a water tower instead of as high as the 82 is. So do we have any other EchoLink or 625 related questions? Well, I appreciate it. If we could connect and demo it, that would be great, but I don't know why this is giving me problems. It's got to be my cell phone hotspot. It just does not want to cooperate at that level for us tonight. Steve, do you have EchoLink on your computer? Okay. Okay.
Faces of cell phones.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Do we want to him at your phone? Sure, I'll try and see if it makes a difference. What carrier do you have? Okay, it might be different. It may be that cell towers may block that kind of stuff. Okay. What's your, and that should be. Go through. All right, we're trying a different hotspot. I'm gonna see if it'll let me connect in here. My Zoom may be frozen for a second, but it should reconnect me. There you go. Just one more try. Yeah, I think it's probably gonna time me out here too. Yeah. Yeah, it timed out still. Oh, I don't know what it does.
Close the app and open it again, maybe the sockets.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, and it'll show you a count of how many connections the node has. You can see there's 2 there. Yeah, I know I've got internet, but it's not. I know I've got internet, but for whatever reason, it's just timing out from my computer. That's weird. It may be.
Let me use some weird cord.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like a PC demo, unless somebody has a minor miracle they can pull out for us. I think we're probably not gonna get a PC demo tonight. We have any other questions about EchoLink? If anybody has trouble on the Zoom meeting or otherwise getting registered, after you register the first time, you only have to do it once. It may take a day before they confirm your registration. They verify your call sign. It does not matter what level license you have. EchoLink will accept any of them. But it's a good way if you're not able to get in to the 625 to be able to still join us on the net.
Yeah, anybody here couple of got it on their phones, it's just kind of hard to show it on the Zoom here. All right, thank you. That does show, Barry was saying, he was down in Alabama the other day and checked into the net, so. That's actually gonna be something to keep in mind, you know, by having the net on one we can get into that, one we can do it from remote locations. All right. We're winding down here real good. I do appreciate, people's patience while we're trying to work out some of the, nuances of how to do this live and, in person and online, but, we're working through it. Appreciate Bobby for stepping us up and keep trying. Before we close this up, anybody here have anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? And anybody online? Anything we can help you with? Questions, comments, concerns? All right, I do appreciate everybody joining, and I'm about to end recording and end the meeting, and we'll keep you updated about Huntsville, which hopefully is going to go, and anything else that's coming up. We're just going to try to power through. We made it through 2020. Let's just keep going through 2021 and keep going. So, all right. Hope everybody has a good evening, good week, and we'll see you later. Thanks.